Hey, I'm Peter from Super Pacific, and this is Bang from Super Pacific. Bang is our inventory assassin, kind of the central nervous system for our whole production. Technically, I think that's your job title.
Can't argue there.
And today, Bang is going to be cooking some snacks for the team.
Yeah, it's chilaquiles. It's typically a breakfast, but you can have it for lunch, dinner, whatever you want. It's a glorified nacho. Super easy to prepare, very few ingredients, and anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
You're natural, man.
All right, this morning's drink. If you need to hair the dog it, a Bloody Maria is a great start to any morning. I have a fairly basic recipe. Your favorite mix, a hot sauce, Tajin. You can find it at any Mexican grocery store. It's a very unique flavor. It's kind of like chili, lime, and salt all in one. So it's great for the rim of the glass. And your favorite tequila. I do prefer Blanco, but you can use Reposado or Anejos. I don't do any measurements, mostly eyeballing it. Let's start with cutting up the lime, liming up your rim. A little bit of ice. Prescribe visually a third rule. If you really want to have a fun morning, it could be a half rule. And hot sauce to taste, of course. And in lieu of a celery stick, this is an Anaheim chili. Something a little different. And there you have a very basic 2-second Bloody Maria. Salud, here's the cooking. Smooth. Chilaquiles, that's a long ways for me to remember. This was ages ago when I used to go down to Baja for a bike ride called Rosarito Ensenada, and that was our go-to breakfast when we're really hungover and we need to do a 15-mile bike ride, and it just hit the spot. Later, when I discovered how easy it was to make, I started incorporating it into every camp trip that we go on. It's very basic ingredients. You have chips, a salsa of your choice. It could be a protein of any sort. Right now we have chorizo, but it can be vegetarian. You can do tofurkey, anything you want to. A cheese of your choice. This is what's great about this recipe. It's very dynamic and you can make it whatever you want, and it goes well with almost anything. It plays well with all ingredients. And it takes 2 seconds to prep. There's not much of a cleanup and most people tend to like it. So, of course, got to keep the chef hydrated.
Do you want to walk us through this hamper stove? What is this?
This is like a gray market stove. It's very questionable on its safety. So just ignore the brand. It may or may not explode on you. So, but yeah, it was a weird find. I was just looking for a high BTU stove, and this is what popped up. And this is a discada. I think it was invented by cowboys back in the days. They used to grab old plows and threw it into a campfire and basically grill anything they had. So now this one is from Southwest Disc. It's, I believe, veteran owned, and so a great deal, carbon steel. Okay, we're gonna start by cooking the chorizo. It's a great greasy sausage for a morning after a couple of cervezas or 2 or 3. But I've had it with ham, bacon, asada, pastor. It goes well with anything, so. And with this kind of heat, trick is to keep it moving. And since the chorizo is pretty finely chopped like ground beef, it takes no time to cook too. That's another big plus. When it's about 2/3 done, that's when I throw in the onions. About that much. You can always add a couple of eggs. I typically do it right there in the center and scramble it up in 1 second. So. Since there's plenty of carryover heat, eggs don't take much, a couple seconds. Then on goes the chip. The proportion, up to you. You can make it very light on the chips or lots of chips if you have lots to feed. And blend it up. And while that's cooking, last two ingredients go on, cheese of your choice and a salsa of your choice. And everything gets blended into each other. Now, trick is you don't want to cook this too long because nobody likes soggy chips, so the trick is to get it so that the chips are mostly crunchy with just a bit of stuff soaked in there so all the flavors are infused into the chips. It's about it. The carryover heat will take care of the rest and we can garnish. Garnishes are pretty simple. Just a little bit of onions, fresh onions, cilantro, whoa. And if you like it spicy, a couple of jalapenos, wedge of lime, radish, and avocado. And can always top it off with just a bit of cheese, a little more cheese. And there you have a 15-minute prep, cook to eating. Reminds me of camping. It's kind of finger foods. I mean, if they want to, it's kind of like a nacho.
What do you got here, huh? Good. Just pull it up and yeah.
These Burning Man nachos.
Oh, chilaquiles.
You're all right.
Thanks.
Good for you.